Temujin's father, a tribal chief, was poisoned by enemies when Temujin was just 9 years old. Without his father's protection, his family was cast out by their own tribe, left to survive alone in the wild, with no shelter, no allies, and no food but what they could gather from the land. Hunger gnawed at them. Winter winds bit through their thin clothing. And yet, Temujin learned one of his most important lessons. No one will fight for you unless you fight for yourself. Even as a boy, he showed leadership, guiding his siblings, setting traps for animals, and defending his family from raiders. But his life took a darker turn when he was captured by a rival clan and enslaved. Locked in a wooden collar, mocked and beaten, Temujin could have accepted his fate. Instead, he plotted his escape. One night, under the cover of darkness, with the help of a sympathetic guard, he slipped away. From that moment forward, he was a man with a mission: unite the Mongol tribes or die trying. Mongolia at the time was a land of constant blood feuds. Tribes raided each other's camps, stole livestock, and betrayed their own kin. Temujin saw this endless chaos as weakness. If the tribes kept fighting each other, they would remain poor, divided, and vulnerable to outside enemies. Through cunning diplomacy, iron discipline, and an unshakable will, he began to gather followers, not through birthright, but through loyalty. He broke tradition by promoting men based on merit, not noble blood. A poor shepherd could rise to command 1,000 warriors if he proved himself. It was a revolutionary idea, and it worked. By 1206, after years of battle and alliance making, Temujin stood victorious over his rivals. In a great council of the Mongol tribes, he was given a new title, Genghis Khan, meaning universal ruler. Under his command, the Mongol army became a force unlike any the world had seen. His warriors were expert horsemen, capable of riding for days without rest. They carried multiple bows, each with deadly accuracy, and could fire arrows while galloping at full speed. Genghis Khan's campaigns were swift and brutal. He crushed the powerful Jin dynasty in northern China, swept across Central Asia, and even struck deep into Persia. City after city fell, not just to his might, but to his unmatched strategy. He used psychological warfare, spreading fear before the battle even began. Genghis Khan was not only a destroyer. He created a legal code called the Yasa, which enforced religious tolerance, protected trade caravans, and punished theft harshly. He opened the Silk Road to safe travel, connecting the East and West in a way the world had never known. His empire allowed ideas, goods, and technologies to flow freely, from paper and gunpowder to astronomy and medicine. And legacy. In 1227, after conquering more land than any man before or since, Genghis Khan died, still on campaign. The cause of his death remains a mystery to this day. Upon his death, his